Bernie with the Teacher Dashboard team here. Today I'm going to be navigating through using Teacher Dashboard, and separately I will also be uploading a video on navigating through Student Dashboard. So let's jump in. I'm going to access Teacher Dashboard by going into my Office 365 account, hitting the waffle and selecting Teacher Dashboard's tile. Then once Teacher Dashboard loads up, we'll be taken to the landing page, and here we can see our name of the school here. If you're a member of multiple schools, this is where you can flick between the schools, and we also have the same feature for your classroom. So again, the class here is Australian Modern History. If I had more classes, I could just move between the classes by clicking on this drop down and selecting my class. So with Teacher Dashboard, there are a few different sections. We've got our menu items here up at the top. Then we've got a OneDrive preview pane, and we also have our class information. So we'll start with the OneDrive pane, and basically this gives you a preview into your OneDrive. And one of the features in Teacher Dashboard is that through this OneDrive preview pane, we can actually share documents or files with our students. So say for instance, I just want to send a quick file or a resource off to my students, I can simply navigate to the file and select share. This will then bring up a quick share box. And what we can do here is we can select the subject that this file will relate to. So this is the names of our subjects at the school. What this does in the background is it will then share a copy of this file and place a copy into each of the students' folder named English in Teacher Dashboard. You can then also select individual or multiple users to send this file through to. And you simply just start typing the name of your users and they will start coming up. You can also choose to send it to an entire class, or you can send it to a group. Once you're happy with the users that you'll be sharing this with, simply select share, and that will then place a copy of that file into the nominated subject folder in each of those students or group members OneDrive folder. The next area that I want to explore with you is on this classroom page, we have a few different actions that we can select to do. So for each of our students, one of the features that we have is the ability to see student OneDrives, and you simply select Show OneDrive from the action box. This will then bring up the list of the subjects as well as the teachers, which are all stored in the student OneDrives. We can then navigate through those folders to find files. This is particularly useful for if we've sent out an assignment to our students and we want to see how far they are along with the assignment, we're able to have a look here. We can also do this for multiple students on the one page. So again, you can just select your students action item of showing the OneDrive, and that will then bring them all up. We can do that for all of our students. The next feature on this page is, as part of these actions, we can show the assignment for each of the students, and when you select that, it will bring up the assignments that have been sent out to that student. To go back to the home screen, we simply select Home. The next feature is we're also able to export grades, and by selecting this, a CSV file is generated that can then be used to import into your LMS. The next part of this navigation session is to go through just these menu items. So we'll start with assignments. Every single one of these menu item pages has got the same format whereby you have the menu item up at the top, it's repeated here, and then you have the ability to create new. So for instance, here we can create new assignments. The rest of the classes, you can also have the ability to create new classes. the groups and the users the same. The subjects and marking formats are both administrator tools only. So if you have a school administrator role, then you can create and customize subjects. You can also create and customize marking formats. The notifications we will explore shortly, and that basically allows you to select what type of notifications you would like to send to your students and or parents. And then we've also got one report in our reports tab. So with assignments here, what you'll see is that we have either a list view of the assignments here, and in the list view, we're able to sort by subject or due date, which is great for managing your workload. We also have the ability to select the assignments and export the grades from them. From this page, exporting grades in the assignments can be done across multiple assignments, and this is just by simply selecting the assignments that you would like to export the grades for and using the drop-down export the grades. The next little feature is that we've got this list view, but we also have a tile view of the assignments. And this just allows us another way of looking at the assignments. If we have multiple assignments that are using customized subjects, each of these icons or each of these tiles, sorry, will have a different color maybe or a different image associated with them. And that just allows you very easy access or a very easy way of deciphering which assignment you would like to look at. So moving along to the classes tab, again we've got the same layout, we've got our title menu, same name, and here we can create our new classes. What you'll notice here is that we've got all of our classes are listed for the school here, irrespective of the teacher. We've got a few that have got different teacher names here. I'm logged in as Harold at the moment, and what we can see is that Harold can actually manage his classes, whereas he can only view other teachers' classes. So if we hit manage, what we can do here is we can actually change the details of the class. We can select whether we would like the users to be able to be assigned to the school, even if they are not members of any other classes or groups in the school. If you've got sort of an extracurricular activity that you're managing, and perhaps you've got members in that class that are actually not students at the school, they are students at another school, they are able to become members of this class. Here we can add or remove members from the class. We can also assign different roles. Students will automatically have the student role associated with them, but what is particularly useful here is, say for instance, as Harold as the teacher, I've got my teacher role assigned, but if I would like to preview exactly what the students see when I send out an assignment to them, I can simply select both as my role, and that then enables me to see to log into Student Dashboard to see assignments exactly as students see them. So it's quite handy for when you're first learning to use Teacher Dashboard, just so that you can see exactly what your students are seeing. You also have the ability here to delete these classes should you wish to. Moving on to groups, it is a similar structure to the classes. So here again, we can create new groups. And this is how we go about it. We can create simply by selecting new, and we can then associate the new group members. So here we can give a name to our group. Would you like it to be it'll be a private group, and then we can create it. So just hit create. And then this is where you can again allocate members against this group. You can also allow these members to stay assigned to the school, even if they're not members of any other classes or groups in this school. This is where you can add your members in. The user screen shows us all of the users across the school. It also shows us what roles have been assigned against every user. So when users are first imported into Teacher Dashboard, they automatically have the role of student, and then the school admin or tenant admin can go through and change the roles of the teachers to either be just teacher, school admin, a global admin, or verifier. Verifier role is quite good because it allows the senior leadership team, for instance, to have access to just a read-only view of all assignments. In our subjects, this is where we can see all of the different subjects that have been created for us by our tenant admins or school admins, and this is where we can see that they've been customized the for the different subjects. When we send out an assignment under any of these subjects, then the tile for that assignment will reflect these icons. In marking formats, all of the marking formats that are available to you are displayed, and if you see that there is a marking format that is not there that you use, then please talk to your school administrator, your tenant administrator, and they'll be able to create a customized marking format for you. In our notifications section, this is where we can decide whether we would like email notifications to be sent to students or parents or both when an assignment is sent to the students. We can also uh, select to send an email notification when an assignment is returned. And again, you can send that to students as well as notifying parents. So it's just quite a handy feature for including parents in that feedback loop. In the report section, there is one report that we have created called an assignment frequency report, and this report summarizes the number of assignments sent by each teacher. All teachers and school administrators have access to this report, and here we can either filter by the teacher, the subject, search by class, and we can also select the date range that we would like to be displayed. So here we can see our list of teachers and when assignments were sent out. That brings us to the end of this video. There will be another video on navigating student dashboard, and please do have a look at our interactive demo for the assignment management. This can be accessed via this link here, which has some shortcuts for you, one to Outlook, OneDrive, and then our interactive demo is here. We also have a feedback option whereby you can post any ideas that you have about Teacher Dashboard.